I want to ask you a question. I want you to listen to me and answer this question. Why are you here today? Why are you here? Last day of May, 2023, April, 2023. Whenever we may never pass this way again. I think Seals and Croft said it best. Why are you here? What are you here? What are you here for? What is it you get out of this? How does this thing work for you? What are you doing? Why are you here? What is it that you want to accomplish today? What is it you want to hear? Do you want to hear? Be honest. Do you want to be uplifted or do you want to be told the truth? Do you want to be uplifted only if it's true? Do you want to be uplifted either way? Are you just here for the beer? What is it that you want? Which is very interesting because we don't ever ask you enough. What is it that you want? I know what I want. I want to change the world. Everything. I want to just be a part of this revolution of thought. What is it? What is it? What is it that you want? Let me welcome you. Let me say a happy Sunday to you. Let me also tell you that your thoughts and wisdom and your contributions and your support is so appreciated. Anytime you want to ask a question in particular, you've got our super chat, which is there, which is a nice way of hitting the tip jar, telling the band we like what you do. It's what it's all about. It's all about. In any event, what is it that you want? I'll tell you what I want. I love the truth. Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, I love the truth. No. Your truth, no. Truth is not good. Truth gets you in trouble. Let me tell you what I did last night. Mrs. Ellen and I did this. We went to a function in New York. Very nice. A nice organization. And we saw Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake in the motor car. Carrie Lake in Indian Lake. Cows Hills. Indian Lake is also part of a certain famous debris field, which I'm not going to go into right now because now's not the time, you know what I mean? And she spoke, and it was at a Republican enclave. I'm going to share this with you, which is very important. First and foremost, let me explain something to you. If you want to talk to Republicans, you got to ask, who are you? Are you Fox News Republicans? It's like in the old days, we have Catholics, cafeteria Catholics, Christmas Catholics. Well, I show up on Christmas and Easter. Okay, a lot of Christians do that. We don't really go to Mass or services, but Christmas we show up. We're kind of ostentatious types. We're not really into the faith part. We love to pretend that we're of faith. We love to talk about faith. And I am irreligious, but it just infuriates me when people use a religion as a prop. When people say things, and the Lord told me you're going to run for office. Oh, stop that. Stop that. Stop doing this. Dear God, don't say that. That's blasphemous. Don't do that. God, Jesus is... No. Jesus is not an American. Stop it. Stop it. You're doing something that you're blaspheming the Almighty, and I'm telling you about that. No, God didn't. God is not a Republican. God did not. No, God does not vote for Trump, and God is not a Yankees fan. I'll never understand this. I understand when people, right before they bat, they do this. Okay, fine, they're Latin American. Maybe they're praying, please, let me hit the ball. That's one thing. Okay, maybe. But there's something bothersome about that. When they look up to the heavens, like, what? God did this? What? I'm praying for you for the Yankees. What? The Red Sox? Forget it. God's a Yankee. What is this? Trivialized, infantilized, sophomoric, juvenescent nonsense. This anthropomorphic destruction about the sanctity of what God is. People don't even realize it. Oh, isn't that wonderful? And one day Jesus said to me, you are going to run for governor. Yes, you are. Praise God. Stop that. Get out of the way. Lightning's going to hit. Lightning is going to hit. God didn't say to you, go out and help the children, help the poor, spread the holy word. No. Run for governor? Stop this. Stop saying this. But I digress. So Carrie Lake was there. And she is as smooth and as slick as you can imagine. I mean, media smooth. Had that room going crazy. They just love her. Why? Because she's a star. Now, I'm not saying she's not politically sagacious, but she's a star. And I realized, oh, okay, I've seen this before. Oh, because some people aren't really politicians, they're influencers. You know what I mean? They're not really, they're just stars because we love a star. Oh, there's Carrie. Can I get a picture of you? Can I get a selfie? Now, maybe they would have done this during the days of Lincoln or George Washington. I don't know. I don't think so. This was almost, I want to hear what she had to say. I'm not, let me really get it. Let me try to explain this to you. I have met famous people before. I don't particularly care for famous people. Fame destroys perspective. Very few people ever remain normal when they hit real fame. And I know this for a fact. Never meet your heroes. Never. You will be so let down and so disappointed you can't even believe what you're seeing. It will just destroy you. I'm telling you, I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's true. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you are a servant of the people. My beloved republic is teetering on collapse, and I'm only interested in you for one thing: not to take a selfie, not to get an autograph, not to have you sign your book, not so that I can say, "Ooh, this is..." No. I want you to tell me how you're going to fix the country. And she's a marvelously polished person, but you know what she spoke about the whole time? How they stole the election. It's Trump. And I was like this, oh God, well, can we go now? No, we got to say, why? She's going to talk about herself. She talked about, oh, there were some titular things about, yeah. I know. Transgender, yeah. Tucker Carlson, okay, that's the story. All right. I don't remember during Vietnam, during the height of the anti-war movement, how people would have been upset that Cronkite was fired. It's so weird because Fox, we'll talk about this in a moment, has become the Republican Party. Not a station, but the Republican Party. Because we live in a world of influencers now, and they're going to go see her, because she's a star. And, oh, she's standing up like this. When Ronald Reagan, say what you want, it was more of he's kind of a leader, patent. Today you can see she's a Kardashian. I mean, not in terms of what she says. Anyway, so I sat there, and it was mostly about they stole the election. We have lawsuits pending. I'm going to win that election. Okay. So it's about you and the election. Yep. Okay. Now, you may like that. You may find that fascinating. You may say, that is just great. I cannot wait. Tell me more about this. The same thing Trump does. The biggest mistake he makes. Biggest mistake. They stole the election. What does this have to do with me? We know it. It's moot. One of the biggest problems of the Republican Party. Plus, these are how do I say this? This isn't really the Republican. This is more like a our friends invited us. It's very nice. That's number one. Two, there was a fellow named Greg Kelly. Ray Kelly's son, who's one of the best commissioners, police commissioners ever. He's with Fox News. He was with Fox News. Now he's with Newsmax. Another one too. Another, whatever it is. Titular. Okay. Then I saw something which I cannot believe. We're at this event, and lo and behold, this absolutely, this is when I realized, wow. Whoa. We walked to a party like you were walking into and who's sitting in this group? George Santos. The disgraced, and people are treating him like he's a rock star. George Santos? And I realized, oh my God. I don't fit into this country anymore. Now, I think, in a way, it's kind of interesting because of, well, he's a liar, and he's a Republican liar, and that drives, okay, maybe. This is what you want? This is what you want? George Sanders? Are you kidding me? I'm trying to change. We're trying to rescue the world, but it doesn't matter. This was like a rock star. Hey, look who it is. Excuse me, do you know who he is? Do you know who he is? Can I? That's like Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner, you remember him, married to Huma. Anthony Weiner always has a word disgraced before his name. And now they're saying he now is being pushed to run for... Who? Who's pushing him? No, he's being pushed. Nobody's saying, Anthony, you should run again. What is the matter with us? Look, I'm not a prude. I don't care. I've seen stuff you can't believe. I've seen stuff and have known people that you wouldn't be able to sleep afterwards. I've known some bad people, very bad people, very good people, very mediocre people. So I'm not somebody who gets... And I've always found, believe it or not, to an extent, there have been people that I've been friends with who are very nice to me, and I'm nice to them, but in their private lives, they're reprobates and disgusting. So they're now trying to convince you that Anthony Weiner, who is just demented, is now this Democrat is being pushed. And George Santos, they're going crazy over him because he's in the news. Like, excuse me, do you know why he's in the news? It's like, am I on another planet here? What's going on? Now, Carrie Lake is terrific, but I'm asking everybody else, do you know what plan she has for the future? No. Well, what are we doing? Because she's on Fox or was on Tucker or she's famous, and that's it. The same thing with this Steven Crowder. Are you following this story? Do you know what it's about? No. Are you the Candace Owens Steven? I'm not going to get into that, but do you? I realize, oh my God, we're out. Oh my God, the Republicans are doomed. Now this is like the creme de la creme, whatever that means, because I think most Americans are not like this. Then I got to tell you this. This is very interesting. What really was so interesting to me, the best of the best of the best, ladies and gentlemen, John McGuire couldn't get higher. He says, you know when you go buy a washing machine and the salesman spends more time talking about how bad the competition is? Lake and Trump make this mistake too often. John McGuire, thank you so much. John McGuire couldn't get higher. John McGuire, tell me over and... It's Barry McGuire. That's for you, Johnny boy. That's for you. Hand crepitations. John, I agree with you. And Trump makes more mistakes than you could ever imagine. But nobody wants to hear this. They want to hear, I don't know what they want. I want to win. I don't care about this. It's like, look, if you don't want to get into politics, go somewhere else. Why don't you do this? Here's the one. Does anybody believe this? I was working on a news. I was making 7 figures a year, making more money than you can imagine. I'm making more money. And I realized, no, I'm going to quit. I'm going to walk away from this so I can go into politics because I don't want, does anybody believe that? I don't. Let me just tell you right off the bat, I don't believe that. I don't believe any of this. Does anybody believe I ran for office because I want to change America? And it's like, yeah. You know who I believed who said that? Trump. He's already a billionaire. What is he? He's like, he has nothing to lose. It's like, okay, I'll believe him. Somebody 50 years old trying to work his way up. No. Trump, a little bit. But Trump also is about Trump. Trump's a megalomaniac. Trump's into Trump. You know what I mean? But I don't believe it. You have to ask yourself, does this make sense to you? It's like if you're at A bar and somebody's giving you a line or whatever it is, and women, I'm sure you know this, trying to be picked up by men. You hear lies from people. And John, I'm sure you've heard it all the time. You probably have provided more of these lies. John McGuire couldn't get higher. But I'm telling you, I don't believe this. And the one that kills me is, and Jesus, no, not Jesus, and God told me you're going to run. Stop that. Stop that, please. Double up on the medication. God is not telling you to go run for office so you can go and work on balanced budgets. I mean, stop this. I'm not a child. I'm not a child. I want you to tell me the truth. Here's what's going on. I want to be a professional politician. I can only do a good job as if I make things better for you. It's that simple. God didn't call me. Nobody's called me. But I will tell you this. I think I can do something. That's it. George Santos. But let me tell you two other things I saw. Number one. In this group of people who are walking around, a lot of women with a face like that and this and the leather pants and the shoes, I mean, you can tell this, like, these are some people are like, I don't want to get to know this person. You can tell phonies. Others are nice, but then there's a professional Upper East Side. I'm just here for that. I'm a Republican. You don't know anything about Republicans. Well, whatever. And there's a group of African American black Republicans, hardcore. That's the group I want to talk to. They've got petitions. They've got hats. You think one of these, they've got MAGA hats on. Or whether you think this, to be black, walking around with a MAGA hat in New York at night, they are hardcore. And they're into signing a petition for, what was the voter ID petition. Think about this. A petition to have a law that says you need a voter ID. And these black women walking around with this, do you have this? Can you sign this? One was so good, she says, who signed their name here? There's got to be an address. She went to everybody else. Meanwhile, the other one's walking around with the pearls and the this, and I'm here, and they weigh 30 pounds, and they look like an Afghan hound, and their face is all chopped up, and eyes or lips. I mean, what is going on here? I'd say, excuse me, I want to have either are there more like you, not black like you, but Republicans out there who really want to do something? Because I'm not a Republican. I got news for you. Believe me. But the only group of people that can do anything to stop or to do anything against their shadow government are these people. Republicans. And they want to sit around and be like, oh, Carrie Lake. Meanwhile, this black woman was fantastic. When I had to go, you're going to sign this? She's signing petitions. That's what it's about. It's not a selfie with Carrie Lake. It's about getting out there and pounding on doors and winning. That's what the Democrats do. And they're going to win again. And you don't want to hear that. Because you think, oh, no, we're right, we're great. Then we've got this one. This one kills me. It was a group called the Young Republicans. They're walking around. They look like they're at a swap meet or something. Do we have swap meets? What am I saying? What era? Nobody's got a jacket on, a tie. It's like, what is this? And it's a part of we're... Next point. Whenever I want to lose any interest in a particular group, I go to a group representing the group of people I think I'm interested in. For example, number one, I used to think knives fascinated me. The samurai swords, knives, gravity knives, switchblades, this, razor knives, this. I thought knives, John McGuire, you know about knives, don't you? They're beautiful. The craftsmanship, the hand. So I one time went to a knife collector's meet here at the Sheraton. Scared the hell out of me. Chaotic Anarchy X or 10. Thank of you. Thank you so much. Thank of you. What does that mean? What language is thank of you? I don't know what that. Thank you or think of you. Double crepitations for you. These are the scariest people. There's one guy who walked out of me, he says, You know what this is? It was a knife that had two prongs at the end. This is a gigger. You gig 'em. I said, oh my God. I got the hell out of there. I think, so much for the knife collectors. Then I thought, being in the South, I thought gun collecting is interesting. Gun, the physics of weaponry and the mechanics and the biomechanics and the construction and the architecture. And 1911 is wonderful. I went to a well, you haven't lived, you've been to a gun show in Oldsmar or, Withlacoochee or something, some Apalachicola in Florida. Dear God, scared the hell out of me. Oh my God. Whew. Then one time, after 9/11 happened, I was here, Mrs. Ellen and I were here, 22 years ago this year, I wanted to find out what's going on. And this is 5 years after. There were people who were saying, what about the first responders? What about the people that were told? What about Christy Todd Whitman who told the first responders, go down there, you're okay, you're safe. What about this? What's going on? What are we doing? How do we do this? How do we prevent? What have we learned? It was all kinds. It wasn't into the truther thing. It was just to talk about 9/11. They said, never forget, I'm in New York. I went downtown. Oh my God. Oh my God. And anybody who wears a button, oh my God, where are these people come? That's right, there was a hologram. Okay, you want to meet Don Lemon. He believes in black holes. Oh my God. What are the... like that Drake meme, I'm out of here. It keeps going on. UFOs, ufology, fantastic. Stanton Friedman. Area 51. What about anti-gravitic? What's going on? The Cometa Report. The Project Blue Book. Number 14. Hynek. All this stuff. What is this about? I went to a MUFON group. Oh my God. With the buttons. I believe in them. Okay. All right. So whenever I meet any group. Did you ever go to a Civil War reenactor? In Florida, they were big. Oh my God. You would go, it was something. These people are serious. How about a Renaissance fair where they're into this? Oh, pretty, my wench. And what the hell? So whenever I go to a group, I realize, last story, Amway. Remember when Amway was Amway? Dear God. What is this? It's a cult. So I'm looking around these folks and realize, I don't know. This is doom. George Santos? Am I missing something here? Isn't he great? Do you know who this is? I don't want to... I'm just... doomed. We are doomed. Now, next, I sat down, and me like an idiot, I'm trying to... Hey, do you want to come to ours? I was like, well, I don't know about that. Maybe next time, but we'll see. But let me ask you some questions. We're talking about the platform, about how are the Republicans going to win? What are they going to do? Who's going to win? What's going to happen? What's the strategy? So I was talking to some young people. Didn't know anything. By the way, when you know nothing and you're, let's say, 30 and you don't know nothing and you're 60, it doesn't matter. You still don't know anything. So I asked them a question. Do you believe, what's your position on abortion? Oh, I said, you want to ban abortion? Yeah, I said, you're going to lose. So just do yourself a favor. Just turn in your whatever fees you're paying. You're never going to win an election again. The government, the country does not want you to ban abortion. Nobody. You're done. You're doomed. You're done. You're finished. I'm not saying it's not a human life. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you do know nobody's going to win. Nothing. As soon as you say that, no abortion. Now, some might. There are, of course, some people who believe that. I'm speaking politically. And I realize they have no idea about who's going to win. They're clapping for Carrie Lake, who's very good. She's talking about her election. Excuse me, I'm not going to... Why are you a Republican? Oh, because Carrie Lake lost the... What? What does it have to do with anything? I don't know. Now, anyway, I'm hearing some great stuff. I've got some great sources. And what I want to know is, reality. Don't tell me who should or shouldn't be there. I don't want to sit around and make fun of Biden. I want to find out what are they going to do. That's all. I know the jokes. I got it. And the one who is ready for the heave-ho, believe it or not, is Kamala Harris. Absolutely. And I'm hearing a number of things, whether it's going to be scandal, health, something. Now, you're going to ask the question. Yes, because she laughs. No, stop for a second. They know she laughs. They've been aware of the fact that she laughs. They've known that she laughs since the day they met her. They know this. What are you talking about? They know this. They know all about Biden. Then nobody walks around shaking hands. They know about this. They know about this. What's happening now? Why now? Let me bring up this topic again. We'll get to this most important point. They've known about Tucker since, well, whatever. How many people believe that Tucker was fired because of something he said now about the fact that we have to stop what he's doing because, this is Fox speaking, because of the, we've been told by Soros or he's gone too far. He's embraced Bobby Kennedy. He's not saying good things about Zelensky. Oh my, we have to do something about this. Who believes this is the story? Who believes that Rupert Murdoch et fils, I don't know how you say that in French, but who all of a sudden realizes, you're kidding me, right? Seriously, who believes this? Who believes the other day, that's it. He's been doing this forever. They know exactly what he's going to say. They know he doesn't go in and they say, Tucker, what are you going to talk about? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm over here in Boca Grande in my studio. I'm not going to tell you anything. No. You watch Murdoch. You and Lackland and what's his name, Rupert. You better turn on the TV like everybody else and find out whom I'm skewering tonight. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Or did you get that message from God too in a dream? Come on. They know exactly what he's doing. Something else. The reason is so boring. It's so boring. It has to do with other reasons. We've talked about this. Shareholder derivative suits, the Ray Ep suit, which is coming in. Nobody even wants to talk about that one. You watch that. The shareholders, the Dominion case, a lot of other stuff, and plus Tucker and the Abby Grossberg case. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody. I'm listening last night and say, excuse me. I didn't say this, but excuse me, pardon me. Does anybody want to talk about the following? What role does this Abby Grossberg case have? And her other testimony that they basically told her, whether it's true or not, I don't even care. That basically she was told, you're going to change your testimony regarding Dominion. Do you have any idea? Does obstruction of justice come? I mean, is there anybody even remotely connected to reality here? No. Okay, fine. Anybody here? No. Okay. Wait till Ray Epps hits. Oh my God. Wait till you hear that one. Wait till you hear that one. This is Alex Jones Redux, as they say. The shareholder derivative case. Anybody want to talk about that? No? Okay, all right. Nobody? Nobody. And some other particular things too. That's the thing. People love, and be very careful of this, people love the romanticized reason for this. One time a great friend of mine was a great jazz musician, Nat Adderley, brother of Cannonball Adderley. And Cannonball Adderley, by the way, you know where he got his name from? He was sitting around with some jazz musicians. And he says something like, he says, Julian Cannonball, he ate prodigiously. And somebody says, you eat so much, you look like a cannibal. And somebody heard cannonball. My great friend Jerry Wexler used to talk about this SpaghettiOs as rhythm and blues spaghetti. And he referred to, he had a place in the Hamptons. And he was talking one time to a very great jazz, something like a Dexter Gordon, Sonny Rollins type, though not them. And he said, yeah, we've got a place in the Hamptons. And he said, the Hamiltons. Anyway, so one day I was asking Nat, I said, how did you pick, the cornet, the flugelhorn? How did you do that? What was it? Because of the sound, the timbre, the aperture? He goes, no. We had a bag full of instruments. Cannon got the sax. I was left with this, and that's it. So there goes my theory. Sometimes Occam's razor in spades. There's a very simple reason for something. It's nothing romantic, but not these groups. No, because Republicans today, in this one particular, they loved it. They are elevating Tucker to this. Okay, fine. We'll get to some good news about Tucker. I'll explain this in a moment. Which, by the way, watch my videos on this one, because I'm giving you a background as to what it really means. And Tucker himself is saying, can you believe this? Can you believe that they're making, they think that they fired me because of something I said now? Well, it's not what I said, what I did, but okay. All right. Whatever you think. How about did you see his first address where he breaks the silence? What did he say? And there's the Uniparty. The Uniparty. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Who's been talking about the Uniparty? Anybody? Any idea? Not to let the air out of Mr. Carlson's balloon, but try like 1940, 1944. Wendell Willkie. Remember when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was talk that in the middle of this FDR ad, so to speak, during the course of this, during the FDR movement, there was a group of people who basically petitioned Wendell Willkie, and they said, this is controlled opposition. Controlled op that we talk about now. You want a uniparty. They've been talking about this forever. Carol Quigley, Tragedy and Hope. The left-right paradigm. Alex Jones has been talking about we have been talking about the uniparty, the idea of this left-right paradigm, this Carol Quigley, who wrote prodigiously against secret societies, who was Bill Clinton's mentor, talked about this analogy: two drunks walking home, and they're both leaning on each other to kind of push and pull to maintain walking straight. That's what the left and the right does. It's not just a uniparty. It's the uniparty where you have rhinos, two sides of the same coin. It's the oldest concept ever. And I've been talking about this shadow governments forever, which is the entire rubric of everything. And you have the left, which is individual welfare. The right is corporate welfare. On the left, it's taxing, and the right is borrowing. And both of them are pro-war, and we've been going on. This is the oldest, not hackneyed, but people have never heard this before. So if Tucker, bless his heart, says it in a way that is, you're viewing this, that this is the most profound. This is like being there. It's Chauncey Gardner. It's like he's not saying anything. It's a limited hangout almost. He's saying nothing. But there is such a style, the prose, the presentation. It's like, last night I was talking about something. I said, remember Matt Taibbi's Twitter files? Who? Matt Taibbi, Twitter files. This is a serious group. This was a limited hangout. This was the idea that they released something that you thought was handed to him. He didn't get to sift through the files. He didn't tell Elon, listen, I'm going to go through this. And whatever I find, Elon, that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, Matt. No. It was a limited hangout. Same thing with the Ellsberg file. Same thing with the Rand Corporation. We knew about this, but the perception was, look what he's doing. Look at this revelation. I didn't know that. Yes, we knew this. Nixon used the term limited hangout during the Watergate tapes. Now, Edward Snowden, that's not limited hangout. What he revealed and what WikiLeaks revealed with these gunships, oh, no. That's another story. And they're going to teach Julian Assange a lesson for that one. Now, that's a different story. So what I just told you right now in the past, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I guarantee you if I'd have said this, they would have said, what? Because we have these it's a hagiography, this study of the saints. We elevate, the venerate, the apotheosis, this canonization, deification, this beatification of these. He's all that is real. And what's going to happen? Okay, now, stop right there. First, one of the funniest things ever was somebody must have picked up the phone and said, put this down, that Newsmax is in negotiation with Tucker Carlson. Because somebody might say, who? Newsmax. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe they'll get him. No. First, as you know, Tucker's still under contract, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. And basically, they own him. If they want to pay him out for the rest of, I don't know what they fired, if they let him go, took him off the air, who knows, but once he gets that deal, I don't know if there's any kind of non-compete, I don't think, but once he gets out of that, he's making $20 million, and you're going to go to Newsmax with Greg Kelly? No. If you thought your aperture was limited, and it wasn't, because Fox News, he owes everything to Fox News. Tucker Carlson owes everything to Fox News. Everything. That organization that is supposedly, deep state and everything, that group made him who he is. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, it's the number one cable news where people have to say, you know what channel Newsmax is on? What? Is it one? Do we get Newsmax? Remember it was off for a while? It was on, maybe. I don't know what. I mean, it's a good station. I don't watch it. It's like USA Today. It's kind of like, okay, bumper sticker news. It's okay. It's all right. One American News. I think that's actually more interesting because that's grittier. They're trying. I like people who try. Not people figure, we're okay. Because Newsmax now thinks they're the heir apparent. Oh, everybody's leaving Fox. They're not leaving Fox. Let me explain that in a moment. They're going to destroy Fox. They're not going to, the content, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay. There's no way Tucker's going to go to Newsmax. You got to be crazy. You are out of your mind. Next, worse than that would be NewsNation. Who? Good luck with that one. What's that? Is that on Crackle? What is that? It's another one. No. They are so scared. If Tucker thinks he's seen oh my God, editing, censorship. Oh dear God. No. Here's what Rupert Murdoch wants to do. He's going to tell, let's just turn. Let me show you something. You see this light right here? Now watch this. Look at this. See? I turned the light off. Now watch this. I'm going to turn the light back on. See? Now watch this. See? See, the light goes back on. See? That's what Murdoch's going to do. He's going to turn the lights down. He's not going to close Fox. Hannity is the model from now on. No hits, no runs, no errors. Plain old meat and potatoes, spaghetti and meatballs, Denny's. You know what I mean? Just nobody's ever, believe me, George Soros, nobody. It's so clear. Can I mention the bleach bit? Go ahead. How many times did you hear him talk about bleach bit and Hillary Clinton? That was okay. Do you hear him go after anything about Russia? No. Vaccine? No. Biomedical tyranny or martial law? No, 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 no. Ronald Reagan. It's the same stuff. It is. It's almost like there. How do we say this? Let me explain it this way. And by the way, Hannity, smartest one of the group. Probably has more money than any of them put together, made the most money, and he didn't make his money bucking the system. He is a Ronald Reagan, Rush Limbaugh tribute band. He's making more money as, you know, these tribute bands. You go, I know, Little River Band. Go, who are those people? Well, that's close enough. He's a tribute band. He just sort of, you know, you never say, what? Never. And he knows exactly what he's doing. He's McDonald's. It's a grand slam at Denny's. He's Fudgy the Whale. He's Carvel. He's it. You know what you're going to get. He's Fudgy the Whale. He's like, you walk into a McDonald's, you know this, you know exactly what you're going to get. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, what's Tucker going to do? If he wants to blow things up, right now, he's got to be on his own. Oh, one more thing. What Murdoch's going to do is he's going to kill it. They're going to put this Lawrence, what's his name, Lawrence Jones? Yeah. Not even minor league. Just, okay. Brian Kilmeade. You're going to see the BC D-listers. You're going to see the bench. The deepest part. I mean, seriously. He's going to put something on. He's happy. Why do I say this? I'm going to tell you this again, and I want you to listen to me. They make their money every year with carriage fees. He's sending a message. He's sending a message to his stockholders. Listen, everything's fine with me. We're going to go back. Don't worry, that Tucker thing. You will not have any problems. And with Abby Grossberg, they're going to pay her off. Go away. Go away. Your videos, your tapes, go away. Just get out of here. Be done with that. Tucker's gone. Take your, you know, you want to go to Orban? No. No more Dominion. No more problem. We're going to go back and we're going to turn the lights down. This is what he's doing. He's just going to turn it down. That's it. He's just going to give you a kind of like a lower wattage Fox News. B-lister. And put on that Gutfa. He doesn't do anything. I happened to look up here and I had the guy Typhus, whatever his name is, Typhoid or whoever. Just you know, Demolition Derby news. Kind of, hey, let's make fun of people. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. Rupert Murdoch is sending a message to people. Don't worry, shareholders. We're not going to do this again. You're not going to ever, because the shareholders are saying to Rupert, we don't want you to be some Alex Jones, you know. No. You got that? Oh no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna put on Lawrence Jones. He's a nice guy. He goes diners, you know. He goes to diners. Peter Ducey. A lot of entertainment. Watch the way the women dress. Watch the fluff. Watch the interchange. That's what Fox is doing. They're always going to be there. They'll always be number one. They make their money with carriage fee. I don't care if everybody runs. John McGuire says, I hear the phrase carriage fees as you were in the biz. Can you give us a 2-minute primer on how that works? Fox says, okay, Verizon, okay, Fios, okay, whoever your cable carrier is, you want us? It'll cost you this. That's it. Have you ever heard this one where sometimes they'll say, Verizon and so, we're unable to, like, didn't they take Newsmax off for a while? A long time. They lost their carriage fees. They said, we don't want to pay for yours. Either because of the subject matter or we want to carry your... See, the old days used to work like this. if you were a cable company, you would, let's say a network, you'd go to Verizon or Infinity or Comcast or whoever it is, and we say, hi, I've got the Johnny Maguire network. We'll give this to you. We'll give it to you. Give us some time. Give us some, some advertising, and you keep some advertising. We'll just give it to you. Okay, fine. When you're Fox, oh no, Fox, you pay for Fox. You want Fox, you got to pay for them. They already make their money. The let me see. April 20th, 2023. This is from they want more. Here you go. Fox wants a massive increase in its cable fees. In February 2022, in the earnings call, Lachlan Murdoch announced 70% of the network's cable and satellite contracts will be up for renewal during fiscal years 2023. He signaled to investors that Fox aims to continue to increase affiliate revenue even as cord-cutting trend. So they're making their money with these other people. Hang on a minute. Here we go. One of the statistics, I think it was S&P Global, there are approximately 61.9 million multi-channel video subscribers, including cable, satellite, and other delivery systems. If Fox is collecting $2.18 from each of them, that's over $1.3 billion in revenue, so they're going to up it. That's how they make their money. And also, remember, commercials are gravy. Great. Terrific. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to lower it. They're going to just turn this down. And the stockholders, shareholders, going to say, fine, that's all. We're not here. We're not investing in Fox so that you can change the world or propound the Roger Ailes network theory. No. Make more money for us. Drop this stuff down. Drop it to the point where as long as we don't... Listen, they could put on... Remember, MSDNC years ago made most of their money, most of their ratings by running lockup. Not even Rachel Maddow or any of those people. So they're going to do whatever they can. And in fact, if they can pay less salaries, even better. Oh, yeah. Whenever you hear somebody being cut, Don Lemon, nobody talks about Don Lemon. Salary cut, salary. Keep the money, save the money. Makes a lot of sense. Now, let me tell you what Tucker's going to do. If he's smart. First, he's got to go the Rogan model, but totally Rogan independent. Joe Rogan is through Spotify, and that's great. And he's making more money, and that's why. Remember, he backed up. Remember when Joe Rogan said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I made a mistake." What? Joe does these real... You catch Joe every now and then. He was on one time with Candace Owens in one of the silliest conversations ever about climate change. And Joe was doctrinaire. Chapter and verse. And the climate and the water levels are going to rise because of the ice caps that are going to melt. Oh, he was perfect. He does only certain allowable conspiracy theories. He'll never go deep on the good stuff. Never. He knows he'll be filthy and dirty, even talk about stuff, and sex is okay, whatever. Give you the idea that he's this rook, and he's still the most important person there is. Now, what Tucker can do is if he does something where he completely has total ownership, and it's an individual, just subscription, you contract with him, and that's it. That's the model. You want Tucker? Pay him. And that's it. Nobody cuts him off. Nothing. From him to you. That's the model. Can he sustain it? At first he will be. They will announce record-breaking numbers. You'll see the metrics, over 20 billion, and then it'll keep going. And then he's got to keep it up. And he's always got to maintain his thing. Before Alex Jones went off the reservation, he was the model for that. He was the model. But that's content. And you're really going to say, okay, now, and listen to me carefully. When Tucker has the reins, the yoke taken off of him, okay, now, Tucker, let's see, crank that baby up, floor it. Let's see how fast this baby can go. You might find out that Tucker Carlson really isn't that interesting. He doesn't really have much more than this. This was it. This was his show. This was the act. That was it. That's it. That's it. No, go beyond Bobby Kennedy. Oh, no, I'm not going to go. Wait a minute, wait. This was it? Because you keep thinking there's stuff, he's just revving the engine, you know. You're at that red light, and this guy's ready to peel off. But there's always a cop there. There's always a cop. Keep an eye. So you're going to say, yeah, you know what? If that cop wasn't there, I'd be tearing off of this light. But I can't. Kids are good, or don't understand the American graffiti references here. Well, if you remove the cop, you say, all right, Tucker, now we're in an open, straight line. Go ahead, show us what you got. Can he do it? Can he do it? Or are you going to say, you know what? It was only good when it was Fox News. I don't know what this is. The set looks different. Did you see how bad he looked? Did you see when he did, I should say bad he looked. I don't mean that. What I meant, when he was doing his 2-minute breaking the silence, he was too close to the camera. The lighting was, it just looked like he was like in a waiting room, you know, like at a Jiffy Lube waiting for his car. It just didn't look, it was like too close. It just looked like a handheld or, no. Like a hostage video. Help me, you know, holding up Aldo Moro holding up a newspaper. It just, and I realized, ooh, this isn't going to work. Does he have the same staff? How much of that oomph was his look? And who's going on? The guests. Now, Candace Owens, as you know, is like this. Whatever. Do you think whoever, I don't know who, I have no idea who she runs for, but let's assume it's a Prager or somebody. You think they're going to go on the Tucker show? Because the rule will go out. Anybody who's on his show, forget it. So who are you going to get? Bobby Kennedy. Anybody else? Who? Anybody else want to risk it? You went on his show? And what they're going to do is they're going to Alex Jones him. They're going to make him, you're going to say, watch this. The shadow government is ready to move in to say, watch what we do. Watch this. We'll just, all of a sudden, the golden boy turns into the nutcase. And once they do this, that's it. You will see this bombarding of all of a sudden, this negative, wow, look at this, the worst scourge of humanity. This guy's crazy. And watch what happens. Watch what happens. They're ready for this. So all of this has to be thought out. All of it has to be prepared. All of it, he has to have all of his stuff settled. In the meantime, the other day they said 70 million, 100 million people saw that. That's good. It was a 2-minute clip. After he was summarily dispatched, okay. Does that shock you? Does that shock you? I don't know. And you know also, if somebody says, hey, Elon, do me a favor. Can you, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. The metrics? Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. Just want to let you know. If all of a sudden, if I'm with Elon Musk right now and I say, watch this, give me the worst Twitter handle ever. This guy here, oh my God, he's posted 3 things and it's a cat sleeping. Watch this. 2 million people. Watch what happens. That's the guy to watch. All of a sudden, the view, the look, the sell of it, the feel, the worth, the heft, takes on incredible new dimensions merely by virtue of the metric that is falsified. But this is hypothetical, mind you. So a lot of people want this to work. Don't be surprised if Elon said, hey, listen, Tuck, I don't want to know if I want to work with you on this. Because remember, nobody knows. You may love him. I may love him. Everybody may say, this is great. As he's driving about on his golf cart, laughing. I'm on top of the world. I'm loaded. Okay. People are kind of saying, wait a minute. Let's see where this thing goes. You know, just wait. I don't want to get stuck with this guy. They're very unsure. They don't know what's going on. See, you think you do. You think you're saying, well, what are you talking about? I think he's great. I can't wait. Terrific. You just love the scrum. The same way you're jumping into the Steven Crowder story. That the story is not about Steven Crowder. It's about people thinking it's a story. That's the story. The story about Tucker isn't Tucker. It's like this. He is the. Read the new reviews of this. But here is, you ready for this? Here's the best news ever. Listen to me. Listen to me. You ready? Gather around. Here is the best. Oh, Trump Lake in 2024. Let me stop right now. Remember this. Who thinks Donald Trump would want Kerry Lake anywhere near him to think he's going to win the election? Who thinks, because I know people have never thought this through, who thinks Donald Trump would pick Kerry Lake? Why would he do that? This is my favorite. This is what I know people, when it comes to politics, they have no idea. They know, the issues, but not politics. Why would he? Why? Anybody have any idea? Anybody have any idea? You think Donald Trump would pick? That's who he wants? Who's going to be the VP? Maybe either if Biden goes all the way, or I still say it's going to be Gavin Newsom. It's got to be, because there's just Biden is just too much. Anybody? Anybody? What's the first rule? What's the first rule of the? My favorite also was Roger Stone and Trump. That's like not even. It's not. How about Stone and Trump and George Santos? Let's really be crazy. Let's just throw names out. Just to be crazy. Alex Jones. Yeah, there you go. With Trump. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I like him. What's the first rule? What's the first rule? People make fun of Mike Pence. Mike Pence was a perfect VP. What's the first rule about being a VP? John McGuire couldn't get hired. Says no, you can't have two show horses. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Sorry, that's it. Crepitations for you, my friend. John McGuire, that is exactly correct. She's a woman. Great. I don't think that matters. He's a woman. Not that woman. No. Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Maybe. Not. You should see. When I saw Kerry Lake walk down, oh, she's got the. No, she's a star. You think she's going to shut up and say, now you go back to the observatory and I'll call you when I need you? I'm the president, not you. This is my last shot at this. Let's assume he's running and he hears that people are only going to vote for him because of her. And Trump's going to say, wait, what was that? Yeah, you should pick her. Well, why should I pick her? Well, because you need her. Wait a minute, it's about me. Well, not really. What do you mean not really? What are you talking about? They want me to be president. Well, not really. It's her. And they also want to think of something, you're getting up there. Wait a minute. Trump, by the way, is in great shape. He's playing golf, playing tennis. And you think, do you ever see Kamala Harris? Never. And when you send her out, she just sucks all the energy out of the room she says something daft. You think Trump is going to want anybody near him like Kerry? Oh, she's a star. And she's going to be happy with vice president? No, she might say to herself, well, whatever. Does she appeal to women, honey, do you think? Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Did you see last night?
Well, those are Republican women.
Well, ever. I was going to say, I don't know about independent.
Those are Republican women.
Regular, hard-working.
Those are Republican women. You got to ask yourself, who is this thing? Who do you want? Whom do you want as your VP? Somebody who just doesn't, no hits, no runs, no errors. Just does a good job, stays there, leave me alone. That's it. Just stay there. Don't get in my way. Don't steal the light from me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Remember who's the boss. Remember who's in charge. Remember who is in charge here. Me. not you. Okay, I understand. That's very important. That is extremely critical. John McGuire couldn't get higher says, speaking of VPs, do the Republicans outside of maybe a Gingrich have any backroom pragmatic deal makers to execute Trump's deals? You can't possibly hit any more out of the park today than that, Johnny boy. Here's the best one. John, let me ask you this question. Who's his cabinet going to be? Who's his Jim Baker? He knows he didn't have Congress. He had nobody behind him. You think Mitch McConnell's going to help him now? Well, Mitch, I don't know what's going to happen to Mitch. Andy McCarthy, maybe? Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe. You think he's going to help? Yeah. Trump can't even find lawyers. Oh, and by the way, remember, you've got the Bragg case, which is the weakest. This is in New York. Criminal case. You've got the Fulton County, less weak, in Atlanta, with the Stop the Steal business. Then you've got Jack Smith. You got two cases. You've got the Mar-a-Lago documents case, which is also an obstruction of justice, and maybe a January 6th seditious conspiracy kind of way. That's kind of floating around there, with Pence to be in there. And you've got Tish James in that civil case, and you've got E. Jean Carroll. E. Jean Carroll. Now imagine when those facts come out and you start hearing what Trump said on the Access Hollywood tapes, what other women said he did, then you turn then to Carrie Lake and say, what do you think about that? You're a woman. You want to trash the woman? Are they lying? You think they're lying, Carrie? Do you think they're lying, Carrie? Do you think they're just making this up? You sure about that? Or does Carrie just want to say, look, I just want to be governor of Arizona. That's my thing. I don't know if I Carrie, you want to go to D.C. and basically never be seen from again? You think Trump's going to say, come on, Carrie, come on in here? Seriously? No. He's got to pick anybody, first of all, to be Trump's running mate, first criterion, you got to be crazy. You got to be out of your mind. That's number one. But in a good way. Here's my question. And this is the most important thing, and I ask everybody this. Do you think Trump's got the fire in his heart to want to be president again? Do you think, by the way, Satanist and DeSantis is an anagram, sort of. Anyway. Do you think Trump, when he kind of drives by in the station wagon, looks at the White House and says, well, I can't wait to get back there. Come on, Barron. Melania, ready to get you. You're going to get your old room back, son. Can't you wait? Secret Service, all the food. We got our own 24/7 chef. Remember our great inaugural when nobody showed up? When we had Anthony Sabato Jr., Rula Lenska, and the guy who played Emmett on Mayberry. I mean, there's nothing. You want to go back to that again? Who wants to be my chief of staff? Who? Anybody want to go through that? Anybody? Hey, Ivanka, you want to come on? Want to come on? By the way, somebody says, Trump was hilarious, someone writes, when he said that woman wasn't his type. One of the dumbest things that has ever been said in the history of humankind. When you were approached, is, did you sexually assault a woman? She's not my type. And then the genius, Trump, here's the best part. They showed him a picture of E. Jean Carroll standing next to him. And he thought it was his ex-wife. He didn't remember what she looked like then. So the person who says that's not my type was his type at the time of this. Oh, he's genius. Wait till you hear what he says about, when you're my, you just go up, you just kiss people. You don't ask for permission. You just do this, you do that. Now, you can say, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's going to really play. Women are going to love that. And by the way, the opposition research, believe me, that's already been given to all of the Democratic Party. They're just waiting for this. And they want Trump more than anything. The Democrats want him more than you could imagine. Because, believe me, take your candidate, and all of a sudden, this candidate goes from candidate to, but at least I'm not Trump. And you get double your pleasure, double your fun. All right, my friends, think about that. It's a lot to go through today. A lot. And I want to thank you for this. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Lynn'sWarriors.org. Support. Sign up for newsletters. Read what she's doing. Find out. It's an important cause. Follow her on Twitter at Lynn's Warriors. Also, very important, make sure that you sign up for her YouTube channel at Lynn's Warriors as well. And I'm at Lionel Media, should you dare to want to enjoy some moments of absolute limpidity. Thank you so very much. Johnny McGuire couldn't get higher. You are a mensch. Thank you so very much for your kindness, your perspicacity, and you are the cynosure of rational thinking. And of course, to Chaotic Anarchy X or the 10th, bless you as well. All right, folks, see you tomorrow, May 1st, May Day. Wow. That's tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead, the show's over, sue ya, ta-ta.